Holy flippity flip flop flapping smokes, everyone. Elon Musk is exposing the huge corruption that the Twitter employees were doing at Twitter, and now the global elites are coming for him. His net worth is absolutely crashing. He's severely overpaid for Twitter. He's getting in record amount of debt, and Tesla stock is absolutely crashing. Because what I think and what many people are saying is the establishment is trying to send him a message to say, look, if you go against our agenda or against our goals, we're going to financially ruin you. But we also got some new data, which I'll show you at the end of the video, that maybe all of this is going to backfire on them. So everyone, let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into the news, the facts, and the data. Okay, so first things first, this has been a theory all along, but Elon Musk has now confirmed it. So Twitter employees were selling verification for upward of $15,000. So that's right, everyone. This is absolutely crazy. People are paying $15,000 to get this blue verification mark. And maybe that's why they're so upset with people having to pay $8 a month to get this blue tick of approval, because they severely overpaid for it. Now, me personally, after hearing what Elon Musk had to say about how the new blue check mark system is going to work, I don't really like it at all. Pretty much what it's saying is for example, you're going to have to pay $8 a month, get this blue check mark, and then all your posts, all your replies, all your comments, all your videos, they will get prioritized in the algorithm. And if you don't pay, you're going to be down the bottom. Obviously, for a lot of people who either can't afford this or don't want to pay it, this is going to be a big L for them. And so they may potentially stop using Twitter if their posts get downgraded, which goes against what the whole point of him buying Twitter was: to improve free speech, allow more free speech, allow a digital town square for healthy discussions. Now, look, I don't blame him, because I'm going to go over in a moment how he is in big trouble. Advertisers are pulling out in droves, and he's trying to get away from having to rely on the advertisers and go on a more subscription-based model. But if he is going to do that, I think he's going to have to add significant value for this new blue check mark system, add a lot more features, a lot more benefits. Like, for example, YouTube Premium, you don't have to see any ads. So I hope when he does bring out this system, people that do pay for this $8 monthly subscription won't have any ads shown to them at all as well. But again, I digress. Going back to this corruption that these Twitter employees were doing. So look at this. Elon Musk confirmed employees at Twitter previously charged $15,000 to a user for blue tick. So a WSB chairman said Twitter employees were selling verification for up to $15,000 for certain accounts, mine included. They will refuse to verify you through the standard application. Then they privately offer to verify you for cash behind the scenes. And this is a tweet here, everyone. We can see Elon's reply down here. Yep. Now, again, this has been a huge scandal, not just at Twitter, but also at Facebook, Instagram as well, as people will pay thousands of dollars just to get that status symbol. What a lot of these bad actors would do as well is use it to promote scams, to make it seem like they're legit, to make it seem like there's some huge influencer that buy followers on Instagram. Then they try to sell these courses, and it led to huge amounts of people falling for their scams. And maybe that's why these Twitter employees are so upset, because this was a huge cash cow for them, and now it's being taken away. That's just something I wanted to mention before I get into something much more concerning, and that is these activists, these lobbying groups going after Elon Musk. They're attacking him hard, and it's looking like they're actually trying to bankrupt him, as he's losing billions and billions of dollars every single day. Elon Musk says activist pressure on Twitter advertisers is an attempt to destroy free speech in America. And all these advertisers pulling all their funds from Twitter is making Elon Musk have to move very urgently, and is causing him to worry a little bit, because Twitter is bleeding cash absolutely every single day. And remember, he didn't use his own money to buy this. Well, he did use a little bit of it, but he also took on record amounts of debt. So now the clock is ticking for him to turn Twitter profitable, otherwise he's going to face huge losses. Look at this. Twitter's big debt bill adds urgency to Musk to turn around plans. And there's a reason for the urgency. Twitter has big new bills to pay. It was a leveraged buyout, with Musk using borrowed money that goes on Twitter's balance sheet. The Twitter debt load has jumped to around $13 billion, up from a pre-deal situation where it owed $1.7 billion on junk bonds. Along with other types of debt that could be converted into stock. The effort of this shift is that Twitter will have annual interest payments approaching $1.2 billion, up from the below $100 million in the pre-Musk era. So that's right, everyone. He's taken on $13 billion of debt, and what a lot of this debt is junk bonds. They use corporate bonds. They sell these to investors. Investors buy them, and then they have to pay them interest. Now, what's happened over the past 6 months is interest rates have been skyrocketing. The Federal Reserve has been lifting interest rates by about 0.75% every single month, and so a lot of this debt is not on fixed rates. So his interest bill is going up and up and up, At the same time, Twitter is losing hundreds of millions of dollars every single quarter. The company hasn't been profitable for a full calendar year since 2019, and things weren't looking better this year. Twitter posted a net loss of $270 million in the second quarter and was projected to lose more than $200 million in the third quarter. The deal closed before earnings were reported. Again, I think this is why Elon Musk tried to pull out of the deal, because unfortunately for him, he brought pretty much close to the peak of the market. Since the start of the year, we've seen lots of these tech companies crash over 70%, like Facebook, Snapchat. Twitter did fall all the way down to around $30 per share, so he's severely overpaid, and this is very unfortunate for Musk. But of course, Elon Musk knows this, and this is why he's cutting all the fat as fast as he can and announcing huge layoffs. Musk knows this, of course, which is why he suddenly appears to be offloading everything at Twitter that isn't bolted to the floor. Slashing the headcount is the easiest way to quickly eliminate major costs. Stock-based compensation for Twitter employees accounted for $630 million last year, or 12% of total revenue. Musk is also planning to close offices and has demanded that the company find $1 billion in annual savings by cutting the infrastructure costs, Reuters has reported. That would mean less money spent on things such as server space and cloud services. So that's right, he needs to find $1 billion in savings right now to have any chance of Twitter to be sustainable at all, or even try to turn a profit. Maybe if he does cut costs by about $1 billion and all of a sudden a lot of people do sign up to this $8 a month blue check system, maybe he might be able to do it, and if all the advertisers don't go away. But as of now, things aren't looking good. The chaos created by suddenly dismissing 3,700 people was also on display over the weekend, when the company began reaching out to dozens of fired workers to ask them to return. So this is also crazy, everyone. Obviously, they're trying to make changes so quick. Also, Elon Musk can be a bit erratic sometimes. He can be a bit impulsive. Looks like he did this with buying Twitter. He severely overpaid for it. Maybe if he waited a few months, did a bit more thinking, maybe could have got it at a better price. But what they did is they sacked so many people. Now they're actually saying, well, you know what, we fired you by accident, so can you come back, please? And in other cases, management realized it needed them to help build the new feature that Musk wants. Musk badly needs those products to work, in part because Twitter's existing business model, advertising, suddenly looks vulnerable. The entire digital ad industry is struggling, and advertisers seem apprehensive about Musk's ownership of Twitter. Big brands such as Volkswagen, Pfizer, and General Mills have said they'll hold Twitter ad spending at least temporarily, and Musk has acknowledged massive drop in revenue as a result. Now, of course, a lot of these car companies like Volkswagen and General Motors are going to pull their advertising because Elon Musk is their competitor. And I think many people aren't going to worry about Pfizer pulling their advertising. And maybe that's why Twitter censored so many people speaking against Pfizer, because they were a huge advertiser and brought in huge revenue. Advocacy groups are encouraging other brands to avoid Twitter if Musk pulls back on some of the company's policy governing hate speech and misinformation, which he's likely to do. That's what these journalists are reporting. They're definitely not happy with this at all. The Twitter executives with the deepest relationship with advertisers and who may have been in charge of soothing them or winning them back have been fired. So again, you're starting to see the picture here, people. The mainstream media is doing attack after attack, hit piece after hit piece on Elon Musk right now, and it's causing him to lose absolutely billions. Look at this. So look at this. Elon Musk's net worth slips below $200 billion as Tesla shares waver. Well, Elon Musk's doing it really tough now, everyone. He's no longer a $200 billionaire. So Musk now has a net worth of $194 billion, according to Forbes, which has a big share of that coming from nearly his 15% stake in Tesla, which now has a market value of $622 billion. And as we can see here, everyone, Tesla has been getting hammered, down 52% year to date. And I did try to warn everyone that, you know what, Tesla, even though it may be the future of EVs, it doesn't mean you pay whatever price for it. Its PE ratio was around 300 early in the year. It's still around 59, so it is still severely overvalued and still has room to fall. For example, other car manufacturers have a PE ratio of around 9 times earnings. Again, people say, well, Tesla has a lot of growth potential. It is much bigger than just a car company. While yes, that may be true, if you look at other tech companies like Apple, for example, they have a price to earnings ratio of around 22. So me personally, I wouldn't even think about buying Tesla stock until the PE ratio dropped down into the 30s range. So look at this chart, everyone. This is when Elon Musk offers to buy Twitter. Tesla shares was around 350. Then Twitter accepts Musk's offer. Then Musk tries to terminate the deal after Tesla stock crashes. Then over here, Musk proposes to go ahead with the deal, and Musk closes the deal. And if you brought up a Twitter chart here, it is very similar as well. Investors initially fled Tesla on worries over share sale by Musk, who has divested at least $15 billion worth of stock, and he closed a $44 billion deal last month with $13 billion in loans and $33.5 billion in equity commitment. Now, Wall Street fears that Musk has stretched himself too thin at a time when the EV maker is ramping up production and facing rising competition. And that's another thing, there's a lot more EV companies coming out now. Yes, while Tesla still is far ahead of them, yes, while I think Tesla still will be the major producer of EVs, they are starting to steal some market share. Now, also what's happening in the economy is we're heading into recession, and also interest rates are going up. Now, when a recession comes, people spend less money on cars, and also when interest rates go up, people don't have as much money to borrow for these cars. So they're ramping up production right when the car market is going to fall. And Elon Musk has said himself he nearly went bankrupt in 2008. I think we are going to be facing a financial crisis like 2008 very, very soon. And he's admitted how hard it is to make a car company, with most people trying to make a car company going completely bust. But for all my Elon Musk fanboys out there, and for all the freedom lovers and people hoping that he will promote free speech and free speech will come back on social media again, there is some hope. Look at this. Elon Musk says that Twitter usage is at all-time high. Laugh out loud. Ho, ho, ho. So that's right, everyone. While the media is saying that people are leaving Twitter in droves, yes, while there may be some people leaving, while there's more people coming onto the platform. Now, the thing is, we're going to have to see if this is just hype, if this is just because it's the first week. A lot of people are talking about Twitter. It's in the news a lot. A lot of people are testing the platform now again to see if they are letting free speech reign again. So it's going to be interesting to see if this is more sustainable. But if anyone can pull it off, I think Elon can. Since Elon Musk's dramatic takeover, Twitter monetization daily user growth has accelerated to more than 20%. While Twitter's largest market, the US, is growing even more quickly, according to an internal FAQ obtained by The Verge that was shared with Twitter's sales team on Monday to use in conversation with advertisers. Per the FAQ, Twitter has added more than 15 million daily active users, or monetizable daily active users, crossing the $250 million mark since the end of the second quarter, when it stopped reporting financials as a public company. And I think if Elon Musk can really turn the platform around to make it more competitive than Facebook, YouTube, etc., with adding long-form content, enticing creators to come onto the platform, making it a much less toxic platform, if he can double the amount of daily active users, I think Twitter could turn profitable. And if he does allow free speech, I think you're going to see a huge wave of people go on Twitter, sign up, because people have been dying for a platform where they can express their own thoughts, their own opinions on very controversial topics without getting censored, without fear of getting their accounts deleted. And this will send a message to other platforms that if you keep on censoring people, if you keep on silencing half of the country, you're going to pay a heavy, heavy price. But everyone, what do you think about all of this? Let me know down below. Now, for all my loyal viewers and subscribers still watching, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.